One, two, three. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. This is Engineer Masood Afsar Kiani, and today we have the technical session number 170, and our subject is importance of water cement ratio in concrete mix. And my channel reference is Material Engineer Official on the YouTube, and where the other 169 videos are on board with the different subjects, and you can take easily. And I would like to request you before going ahead that uh, subscribe the channel, like it, share it in order to reach the next video with easy access, because the construction is a challenging job in a coming times, and to modern technology, and also the different types of some material, and by uses of this, and take care, and the quality measures over quality of the work is the life of the building or the facilities which are under construction, or we will uh, in near future we will construct, we will get the good results, and as well as the durability. So what is the water cement ratio? uh, Main important role, water cement ratio is a mass ratio in importance because the controls the mechanical properties and the durability and the hardened concrete. When the problems occurs and the non-compliance with the specification is suspected, it is often desirable to be able to determine the water cement ratio in a good sense. So actually, this subject we repeat it also because some of our colleagues and the listeners, viewers, they have some question about this one, and according to that, I am going to reply this one and clarify with the more explanation. So there is a question: what is the importance of the water cement ratio in the concrete mix? Uh, the answer is the water is added to cement in create a paste that glues all the aggregates together and the raw materials. The cement paste then undergoes and the chemical process known as the hydration. It is started. The thermal reaction in is what allows the concrete to be hardened and become a strong and a solid bond. Then also the what is the important second question is what is the importance of water cement ratio in the binder or the binder ratio. The numerical value of the water cement ratio and the water bond ratio are directly related to the distance separating the particles in a cement paste when the hydration process is started. The lower the water cement ratio or the water cement ratio is stronger than for the durability and the sustainable hydration cement paste. Then again, the question is what is the water cement ratio responsible for salt? Water cement ratio is a ratio of explanation that the water cement ratio is a ratio of weight of water to the weight of cement in a concrete mix. So this ratio decided to strength and the workability of the concrete according to the uh, recently researched, and the concrete mix inversely related to the weight of the ratio of the water of the cements. So again, the question is the what is the advantage of the high water cement ratio? The answer is the however a too low water cement ratio and lead the difficulties in the mixing and the placing and the pumping of the concrete. Conversely, the higher water cement ratio can make the concrete easier to work, and but the compromises strength and the durability due to the increased porosity. So the porosity is also another obstacle and another shape of the concrete after the hardening of the concrete, where the small pores are developed due to the vibration and the bubbles and the admixture usage. So that is the taking the water from the and it makes the permeable. So there is again the question: how does the water cement ratio affect on the permeability of the concrete? So what is the water cement ratio? It controls the strength of the concrete and the permeability. The lower the water cement ratio, the higher the compressive strength and the lower the permeability to the hardened concrete. The lower of the permeability and the greater of the potential durability of the concretes. So this is the question. If the lower water cement ratio is low and the pumping and all the vibrations and the compaction are equally standard in a uniform way, so it will give the good results and the strength is the more. And then again, next question is the how does water cement ratio affect shrinkage of the concrete? So answer is that the as a amount of water is added to the mix is increased the ratio of the water to cement is increased which the increasable the amount of the shrinkage. In simple terms, the water is a volume increasing the amount of water added to the concrete, uh, and it will increase the wet mix of the volume. So definitely, there are many lacks in the workmanship, and there is many take or careless or something is the poor workmanship, and something new is developed and that can be make the cause of the shrinks. But if the workmanship is the proper and according to the approved method statement and according to the manufacturer recommendation, we are pouring the concrete in a good way in the to follow the international standards and the relevant standard also, and as well as the geographically condition of the sites, then it is the successful. So next question is what is the relationship between the slump and the water cement ratio? So answer is the slump flow increase the water cement ratio. The compressive strength is found to decrease as the water cement ratio increased. If the water cement ratio is increased, compressive strength is down. It will drop down, and the slump flow, if the fluidity is more, and then increase the water cement ratio. Meaning, this is the water cement ratio is a main factor or the key factor to improve the strength of the concrete and the durability of the concrete. So, we should take care during the procedure of the pouring and also the mm, weathering condition and the site condition and the general precautions whatsoever it is. Then next question is what is the relationship between the cement ratio and the shrinkage? The figure clearly shows that the given water cement ratio drying shrinkage is reduced as the aggregate cement ratio is increased. For example, the water cement ratio is 0.402 0.50%. Reduction of the drying shrinkage was obtained when the concrete cement ratio was the increased from 3 to 5 and from 5 to 7. So there is also another question: what does the water cement ratio affect on the durability? The durability of the concrete produced increased with the water cement ratio. The behavior of the hardened concrete indicates there's a consist decrease in a concrete compressive strength from water cement ratio 0.5 to 0.6. So this is very simple. If the water cement ratio is tight and concrete is going by high vibration and the fluidity, and some, if it is self compacted concrete using the good admixture and the raw materials, then this factor will be covered, and this is the most important thing. And next question is, how does the water cement ratio affect on the slump test? It is very simple. It is the discovered that the mix ratio, one ratio 1.5 to 3, produce the collapse of the slump for 0.55 to 0.6 and 0.65 water cement ratio, where it shows the water mixes of the high consistency and the unstable concrete, while a mix ratio is 1 to 4 produce the true slump for the 0.55 to 0.66, while producing collapse slump for 0.65 water cement ratio, uh, which uh, uh, which affect on the shape of the concrete and the nature of the concrete and the status of the mix, which is produced according to the relevant standard and the approved mix design. So next question is, what is the effect of the water cement ratio on the compressive strength and the density of the concrete? Already we discussed these things, but no problem. Compressive strength of the concrete mixes were found, and to increase the high both age and the cement water cement ratio. Any increasable the water cement ratio uh, leads to increase the compressive strength. However, increase in water cement ratio, the desirable of the all the raw materials and the density is, uh, should be achieved in a specified range. So next is how we can control the water cement ratio in concrete. This is also mostly we discuss, but concrete chemicals admixture are used to improve the fresh and the hardened properties of mortar or the concrete in different applications. Their addition can allow the reduction of the water cement ratio without affecting the durability of the mixture. It's okay. So, what is the next question is, what is the effect of the water cement ratio and effect of the size of the aggregate of the in the strength of the concrete mix? Uh, Answer is, where the sum of the effects of the water cement ratio on a proportion of the concrete, that is the strength, directly proportional to the water cement ratio, as a lower water cement ratio is a strong concrete, while the higher water cement ratio is the weak concrete. This is the main thumb rules. Next question is, what is the effect of age of the concrete in the water cement ratio versus the strength? Again, already we discussed these things, and I can explain it again. The answer is, the concrete mainly gains strength by hydration of the water percent in it, and it will leads to decrease the water cement ratio and increase the strength of the concrete. Therefore, strength of the concrete increase the age of the concrete. If we go through the standard deviation of the concrete strength from 1 day age to the 65 days age, so whole fluctuation around the design strength parameters lines, which is we can say, imagine 40 Newton, and the fluctuation is up and down. We can monitor from the first day to the 28 days and up to the 56 days. Concrete is increasing strength. So, according to that numerical and the graphical calculation, we will get the age of the concrete, which is very easy procedure with the regression line. and it is a software controlled now. And nowadays, it's cutting to the modern technology, and we will get the calculate the up to the age is 100 plus year, because the concrete is the most important elements in the construction who give the life of the building and the facilities and all the economics coverage. It is uh, should be minimum 100 years and 100 plus years, and we can increase this above also, according to the standards, raw materials, and the workmanships, and all the control measures which are the necessary and which we should do. And this is the most important things. So in next session, we will see each other with the another subject. Thank you very much. And I have some more question in the concrete with some of our friends. I will try to reply in next session or in any other future session. So thank you very much and have a nice day.